Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Smackdown. We are kicking off Smackdown tonight with your new Intercontinental Champion, Pete Dunne. He has himself one of his biggest wins, certainly of his whole entire career there at the Elimination Chamber, walking out the Intercontinental Champion. It seemed like everything was working out in his favor. He defeated LA Knight in a non-title matchup. He has obviously walked out with the Intercontinental Championship, and now Pete Dunne is out here to figure out what his situation will be heading into WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. With that prestigious Intercontinental Championship being on the line, Pete Dunne, certainly one of the best here on SmackDown. He's just been so underrated and just shows you how damn good he is, especially being in the Brawling Brutes with Sheamus and Ridge Holland. This group is very dangerous and very curious to see who honestly could step up to the plate to really take that championship away from him. And, oh, wait a minute, that's LA Knight. LA Knight is out here, ladies and gentlemen, the former Intercontinental Champion. Oh, I wonder where this may go, ladies and gentlemen. Both men face to face, staring down each other. Obviously, LA Knight, former Intercontinental Champion. Let's see what both these gentlemen have to say. Can't say I'm not surprised, LA Knight. You've come out here, and I'm figuring you probably want another championship matchup. You want to have a rematch for that championship that you lost at the Elimination Chamber, and now it's in the hands of somebody that actually deserves it, unlike you. What makes you think I'm going to just give you an Intercontinental Championship match? Obviously, my schedule is clear from now all the way to WrestleMania. I could give it to you tonight, next week, on the go-home show of SmackDown in a couple weeks. I could even give it to you at WrestleMania if I really feel like it. But I guess it's going to be up to you with somehow convincing me. Congratulations on winning the Intercontinental Championship at the Elimination Chamber, Pete Dunne. But you didn't defeat me one-on-one in that matchup. Yes, you defeated me on SmackDown to even get yourself that momentum that you desperately needed, because since you've been in the Brawling Brutes as of late, you haven't done shit here on SmackDown. You and Sheamus were on top of the world there in NXT as the first ever Dusty Cup champions, winning the NXT Tag Team Champions. Then you come over here to SmackDown, and then you start dwindling down a little bit. Sheamus and Ridge Holland keeping you down a little bit. And also, it seems like you're more of one of the stooges for Sheamus, if anything. Then eventually you get an opportunity to qualify for the Elimination Chamber by defeating Jey Uso, one of the newest members of SmackDown. You do that, you get into the Chamber, you beat me in a non-title matchup to even give you more momentum heading into the Chamber, and you outlast 5 other superstars, and now you're the Intercontinental Champion. And as easy as this, Pete Dunne, you need a match for the Intercontinental Championship, and there's no better superstar than the Megastar. This megastar has beaten the best of the best that this roster can bring to me. And that Intercontinental Championship means so much to me. And I don't want to lose it the way I lost it inside of that chamber. So I want another championship opportunity. My accolades, it proved them to be one of the best here on the SmackDown roster. So it's easy as that, Pete Dunne. What do you say? On the grandest stage of them all, let's do it for the Intercontinental Championship. I think everybody here in WWE has seen how impressive you are, from the quote-unquote legend killer of WWE, ripping off what Randy Orton did in his early WWE days. But certainly you've been backed it up every single way. You've been a Intercontinental Champion, and yeah, I took it away from you from the Chamber, but certainly I'll beat you once again in the main event if I have to. But my main question here, right now. Do I want to defend it right here tonight? Or do I want to take it to WrestleMania to defend this prestigious Intercontinental Championship and show every single one of you, even you that run your mouth every single week, that I deserve this championship and everything else coming in my path? And wait a second. This is the European champion. What in the hell is he even doing out here? There's no meaning for JD McDonough to be out here. Yes, he retained his championship via a countout against Keith Lee, but a title defense is a title defense. But what is McDonough doing out here? This is between Butch and LA Knight. JD McDonough must have something up his sleeve or something to have to be said to Butch and LA Knight for him to make his way down to this very ring. It's pretty star-studded, if I do say so myself. Intercontinental Champion, European Champion, and now even LA Knight, the megastar. My question is, like I said, what in the hell is going to go down here in just moments' time? 3 massive names, all in the same ring. 2 champions, 1 former champion. LA Knight wants his Intercontinental Championship rematch. Pete Dunne trying to decide if he wants to defend it tonight or even at the grandest stage of them all, being WrestleMania. And it seems like JD McDonough wants his voices to be heard tonight about this matter. Can someone explain to me why a life-size Funko Pop just came in the middle of this ring with a European Championship in his hand? Can somebody tell me? But all in serious, why in the hell are you even out here, JD McDonough? This is between 2 professionals. Throwing your big ass head in here just ruins the situation. Huh, you think you're funny, LA Knight? Well, this life-size Funko Pop wants to throw in this championship, this European Championship, into the fray. So how about this, LA Knight, you and Pete Dunne and me in a triple threat matchup for that European Championship as well as the Intercontinental Championship. Championship for championship. We don't even have to call this a unification matchup. It is going to be 3 big-time superstars vying to win 2 championship belts. Obviously, when I win, I'll be keeping my European Championship, and I'll be taking the Intercontinental Championship with me. But if Pete Dunne wins, he takes my championship, keeps his championship. But then, if you happen to somehow win yours, you get to have the European Championship and Intercontinental Championship as well. Simple as that. I mean, if you're looking to lose your championship at WrestleMania, I will gladly do it. I mean, I was thinking about maybe defending my championship tonight against LA Knight, but if we want to have basically 2 championships on the line at WrestleMania, your championship and my championship on the line in a triple threat matchup, I will gladly do it, and I will gladly be a double champion walking out of WrestleMania. Well, I guess if Pete Dunne wants to do it, let's do it. Triple threat matchup, 2 championships on the line, European Championship, Intercontinental Championship. Winner takes all in that championship match. Now, I'll see you 2 losers there at WrestleMania. You can go ahead and leave LA Knight. This is going to be now between me and Pete Dunne. Pete, I'm going to challenge you to a one-on-one matchup tonight in the main event. You versus me, non-title, but I want to see who the better champion is before we get into that championship winner-takes-all at WrestleMania. Fine by me, McDonough. I'll see you in the main event where I can just rip your tendons from head to toe, your fingers, your toes, it doesn't matter. I will look forward to dismantling you, making sure you won't even be 100%. Heading in to WrestleMania. I'll see you tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick off our first matchup of the evening. It is former WWE Champion, multi-time undisputed champion. That is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes did not win the Elimination Chamber to regain his championship. He has wanted an opportunity to qualify in his Money in the Bank matchup to have himself a match at WrestleMania. And tonight, Cody Rhodes will get that opportunity as he will be facing a former Mr. Money in the Bank, former WWE Champion, former United States Champion, former Tag Team Champion, Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews looking to pick up a massive win against one of the biggest names in the industry today, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And certainly we not only have ourselves a confirmed massive matchup now with a winner-take-all triple threat matchup. Pete Dunne, Intercontinental Champion. JD McDonough, the European Champion. And now we're going to see LA Knight in that matchup as well. It seemed like tonight or even at WrestleMania we're going to have a singles matchup between those two, but now it's going to be a triple threat matchup, a winner-take-all. Winner gets both the Intercontinental Championship and the European Championship. Can't wait to really see how that goes down at WrestleMania. Winner takes all. But talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'll be featuring more Money in the Bank qualifying matches from top to bottom. The main event tonight will feature Pete Dunne versus JD McDonough, champion versus champion matchup. Not a title matchup. We'll see how that will fare. But tonight, like we mentioned, qualifying matches galore. Cody Rhodes versus Apollo Crews to kick us off here on SmackDown. Later on tonight, we're going to see a tag team match where the winner of this women's tag team matchup will go on to face or be injected into the Money in the Bank matchup for SmackDown's women's side, as it will be Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox taking on the team of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Like I said, winner will go into that women's Money in the Bank matchup. Karrion Kross will be in action as former undisputed champion. He'll be taking on Ricochet. Ricochet so close to winning the Intercontinental Championship. It came down to himself and Pete Dunne would put him away to win the Intercontinental Championship. As well as Randy Orton, the Apex Predator. He is here, and he will be taking on Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio later on tonight in a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup. Certainly a lot of things on the road to WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is just built up right now, and you can feel the tension. You can cut it with a knife. As the referee has officially made this matchup official, Apollo Crews, Cody Rhodes, former WWE champions, going at it to kick us off here on Monday Night Raw. This is where Cody has to, dig down deep. He's challenging everyone that is becoming desperate. We know Apollo Crews is officially a part of the Hurt Business with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. So certainly Apollo Crews wants to prove to Bobby Lashley that he was the right man, that it was a great idea to bring himself on to the Hurt Business here. And certainly Crews, imagine he wins the Money in the Bank matchup, he'll be able to challenge whatever champion he seems fit. Cody Rhodes absolutely fired up, though. Cody Rhodes would love to get himself into that Money in the Bank matchup. Certainly last week, ladies and gentlemen, we started the Money in the Bank matches for SmackDown, and what a card we have for you for SmackDown so far. Right now, you have the A-lister, The Miz, getting himself into WrestleMania. Hollywood Weekend, what can you do without Miz? WrestleMania Weekend as both men running into each other, and a Bulldog there. But the A-lister Miz is a part of it. Him, Carmelo Hayes will be in the matchup, as well as Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley. As here we go with the pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? But certainly not enough to put away Apollo Crews just yet. And my thinking is if Apollo Crews is able to pick up a massive win over Cody Rhodes here, I believe Crews and Bobby Lashley could work in that matchup, work together to make it to where everyone else is incapacitated, and it comes down to the both of those men, and we have the better man to walk out of that matchup, to climb the top of the ladder and walk out with that briefcase that will change their careers. Crews has already essentially changed his career for a little bit, but he certainly wanted to be in the main event scene a little bit longer than he was, unfortunately. And now the power, the strength of Apollo Crews, ladies and gentlemen. He is a former champion for a reason. He's made it to the top of the mountain while it was very brief. As now big pinfall from Crews. Will he be going to WrestleMania? No. Strong kick out from from Cody Rhodes. Collar elbow tie up now. Apollo Crews has him up. Down goes Cody. Big maneuver from Apollo Crews. And now Crews is not done. He's continuing to show you the strength and power there. Man, Crews is so damn impressive. You got to give it to him there. It's Cody pushing him away, but Cody wanting to finish Apollo Crews. Down goes Apollo. Pinfall. Referee's there at the crossroads. 2, but no, Crews kicks out. And now Cody's fired up. He's ready to put away Apollo Crews. Springboard. Cody cutter. Down goes Apollo, but now Cody. Cody looking for another crossroads to finalize this matchup. Is this it? Pinfall. Referee's there watching the shoulders. Yes, it is. Cody Rhodes is going to WrestleMania, and he will be in the Money in the Bank matchup, joining 3 big-time names: Miz, Carmelo Hayes, and Bobby Lashley. Now you can add the American Nightmare to that matchup. Big win for Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen. What is he going to be doing? Can he walk out with that briefcase at WrestleMania? Could you imagine if the American Nightmare can do it? He's going to have the best odds in that match. Massive moment here for the women's division here on SmackDown, as this actually will be the second matchup for Liv Morgan to try to qualify. Last week she tried qualifying against Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch took it to her. And now for this matchup, it is a tag team matchup where Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart will work together to try and make sure Liv and Raquel don't make it to WrestleMania. I'm not saying there won't be more opportunities, but they will start dwindling down, you gotta believe. For the women's side tonight, this is definitely a big-time matchup, but also coming up next after this tag team matchup is another qualifier between Mia Yim and Eve Torres. We will start dwindling down the chances of the qualifiers for the women's side. So with how small the women's division is here on SmackDown, you may see multiple matches between a lot of these superstars to get themselves an opportunity here. And JBL will make sure everyone, for the most part, gets that opportunity. Here in the coming weeks, maybe even tonight, we got to still figure out who Ronda Rousey and even Shayna Baszler will be defending their undisputed women's tag team championships up against. They don't have a matchup right now against anyone at NXT for Stand and Deliver, but we'll figure out something possibly for Raw or SmackDown or something. You got to believe management will find something for them to do. But now you got the Ball Pit, you got Shotzi Blackheart. Could you imagine she wins this matchup, her and Tegan go into that matchup with Becky Lynch and whoever else, and be able to get themselves I guess you could say, an opportunity of a lifetime to grab that briefcase and guarantee you a championship match of your choosing. You can cash it in at any time you please. Depending on who that may be, who the champion may be coming out of WrestleMania, it's also going to depend. Because obviously on Raw, you got Bianca Belair and Bayley challenging for the Women's World Championship. And then for SmackDown side of things, you have Jade Cargill defending her Women's Championship against the Eradicator of the Judgment Day, that being Rhea Ripley, a first-time ever matchup between those two women. It is going to go down. I cannot wait. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this, and I can confirm to you right now, ladies and gentlemen, next week live here on SmackDown, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, face to face, live here on SmackDown as we start the build-up between both of those women. You can already feel the intensity is there, but both these women haven't necessarily been here for this build-up. This is a massive, massive matchup between Rhea and Jade Cargill, and I can't wait to see those two women deck each other out, all for that women's championship. 2 nights of pure high-octane action from Raw and SmackDown. Too hot, gonna have it for 2 nights, and even a pre-show for both sides. Referee rings the bell. Tegan Nox, Raquel Rodriguez going to kick us off in this matchup. So look at this. Tegan Nox with a choke slam to the taller woman, to Raquel Rodriguez. Tegan Nox coming out here with the game plan here early. Trying shock and all tactic. And now she's going to get the tag to Shotzi Blackheart here. Probably not the best idea for Tegan to already go for a tag, but I mean, I guess it's mind games at its finest. Liv Morgan looking to bounce back after losing her opportunity last week here on SmackDown against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was just straight fire. No point intended with that saying, but Becky Lynch came out there, brought it to Liv Morgan quickly and fast, and put down Liv Morgan. So we'll see if Liv, with this next opportunity tonight, if they'll be able to qualify for the Money in the Bank. So far, it's just Becky Lynch in that Money in the Bank matchup. We're about probably just moments away from figuring out who will join them, which tag team will be joining them at WrestleMania. There's also Mia Yim and Eve Torres coming up here very shortly as well. As now Tegan Nox flying shoulder tackle, taking down Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan is in trouble here. And now, working on that left knee. Why not? Slow down Liv Morgan in any chance that you can. You got to stay on her as much as you can, and this is what I'm talking about. Suicide dive through the middle rope. And then the referee will start their count as both these women going at it here at ringside. Tegan with those fast strikes. And for Tegan, former women's champion in her own right, former Miss Money in the Bank, she cashed it in against Asuka. Asuka knew about it. They had a hell of a match back and forth. Tegan Nox would ultimately walk out victorious. Certainly was a great year for Tegan Nox in 2023. We'll see if she can continue it into 2024 very, very soon after WrestleMania. As a big clubbing blow takes down Tegan Nox there. And obviously, like I mentioned, Liv and Raquel certainly have had some success as a tag team, but certainly has not worked out when Ronda and Shayna has challenged them. We'll see if maybe Ronda and Liv can, or I should say Liv and Raquel, can maybe eventually get in that tag team picture, but honestly, I don't know if it's going to even work out, possibly, if they were to challenge against them again. Still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with the multiple qualifying matches that we do have tonight. Karrion Kross takes on the high-flying Ricochet, the one and only Ricochet, later on tonight, as well as another massive matchup is Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom will be taking on the Viper, Randy Orton, later on tonight in another qualifying match. And by the end of tonight's night, ladies and gentlemen, we will have figured out the men's side of things for SmackDown's Money in the Bank. Shotzi Blackheart trying to put away Liv, but Liv still has plenty of fight left in her. But also a big-time main event, Pete Dunne versus JD McDonough, two big-time superstars going at it. JD McDonough from the Judgment Day takes on Pete Dunne of the Brawling Brutes. And now a double shoulder tackle takes out Liv Morgan, and Tegan Nox not going to allow Liv Morgan to even try to get a tag to Raquel Rodriguez at this point. High risk now from Tegan. Up top we go. Tegan Nox, big elbow to the chest. Liv Morgan's in trouble right now. This is where Tegan starts to start overwhelming her opponents here. Big elbow from Liv. She saw whatever Liv Morgan or whatever Tegan Nox had in store for her, and Liv Morgan now going to connect with the double knees. Double knees to the jawbone. Is this enough? But not even able to barely get a one count as a strong break up there from Shotzi. Nice enziguri, misses though. Liv Morgan going to look to capitalize. Liv may be looking to get a tag here, it looks like. Let's see what these women are going to try to do here to kind of slow down Tegan. Tripping her into a big elbow in the middle of the back. But now Tegan gets the hot tag to Shotzi. Raquel eating up this crowd from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, for a big-time matchup here tonight. A big reversal from Raquel. Raquel with a drop kick to Shotzi. The match is becoming fast-paced, and it might start going in the favor of Liv and Raquel Rodriguez here. Now both women face-to-face there briefly. Shotzi a little bit faster in the exchange here. Looking for sliced bread number 2. Down goes Raquel. Is Shotzi going to WrestleMania? And it seems like maybe she's trying to suffocate Raquel Rodriguez more instead of actually trying to go for the actual pinfall. Seems like she wants to do more damage. Maybe that sliced bread number 2 wouldn't have been enough to put away Raquel. I don't know what's going in the mind of the ever-dangerous Shotzi Blackheart. She bounces Raquel right off her knee. Uh-oh. Shotzi has Raquel in the zone here. Welcome to the ball pit. Down goes Raquel. Pinfall. 1. Ooh, just a 1 count. Liv Morgan saves the matchup. Could have been an all-time matchup, an all-time moment for Shotzi Blackheart to get herself to WrestleMania, but it won't be at this moment as Raquel and Shotzi going back at it, just exchanging blows, and Raquel about to teach her a lesson here. Big, powerful, over-the-head suplex, or fall-away slam. And you do not want Raquel to start hitting you with those big clubbing blows, because certainly one of the most dangerous women that we have here on SmackDown, and even in WWE to be exact as well. And now here we go with the tag. Here comes Liv Morgan looking to put away Shotzi Blackheart. Misses the clothesline. It got blocked by Shotzi. This is the opportunity Shotzi needs. Both these teams know how big of an opportunity this is to go on to WrestleMania, change your career for the better, especially if you're even able to win that Money in the Bank briefcase. Uh-oh, we're going to have ourselves a fly-in. Tegan Nox, big time flying shoulder tackle. Tegan Nox looking to finish off this matchup. Spinning heel kick into the shiniest wizard. Right to the face of Liv Morgan. Referee is right there, but Raquel is able to keep this matchup going. Anyone's ball game at this moment. These women are going to have to work together to take out their opponent on the apron, because if once they do, I believe it may change the momentum in this matchup. As Liv Morgan seems like she is certainly hurting, as Shotzi Blackheart with a suicide dive right through the middle rope. Shotzi Blackheart being aggressive as she can be, trying to take out who she can and whoever is in her way, as she just took out Raquel Rodriguez. Shotzi coming right after Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan saw it coming, blocked her momentarily, and going to try to slow down the matchup until Raquel is able to get back on that apron. And this is that type of matchup we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. These women, like I keep saying about, it's that opportunity not only to go on to WrestleMania, but also to showcase what has brought you to WWE. Is what an intriguing maneuver. It's almost like a suplex maneuver that dropped Raquel right on her head. But these women are not only fighting for the Money in the Bank chances, but also they want to be noticed by these 3 general managers. As look at the submission hold here. Shotzi lets go of it, but obviously, with everyone becoming a free agent the night after WrestleMania, it's going to be absolutely crazy who, Adam Pearce, Shawn Michaels, JB Yell may be wanting to have on their roster. And whoever doesn't get signed, they will be allowed to sign to wherever they want to. So let's say Tegan and Shotzi somehow don't get drafted into however long the episode of that WWE draft is. They'll be able to go to whatever brand. So if they want to go to Raw, they can. If they want to come back to SmackDown, they can. If they even want to go to NXT, they're more than welcome to. They're allowed to choose wherever they want, which will be absolutely massive, massive for everybody involved. And now Shotzi, look at this. A little bit of a sliced bread. Taking down Liv Morgan. Go for the pin, Shotzi. That was your moment. But again, that's the only problem with the inexperience of Shotzi Blackheart there, as Tegan Nox helping out her tag team partner even more. And now, big old clubbing blow to the back, trying to loosen her up as much as you can. Big gut wrench takedown there of Liv. As this matchup continues, Raquel trying to get Liv Morgan to come out here. Shotzi's all fired up here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for this massive women's matchup. Who is going to Mania here? Uh-oh, looking for that tequila power bomb. Bam! Right to the middle of that ring. That's got to be it, correct? No. Tegan Nox keeps the matchup going. And now Tegan gets tossed out to the outside. Now this is the moment that Raquel might need here. Take down Shotzi and get them to WrestleMania. If I was Raquel, I would have went for the pinfall. Tegan is down and out momentarily. You're not going to have a lot of moments like this situation. If I'm Liv, try to put her away. This is your moment. This is probably why they haven't won the tag team championships or able to knock off Ronda or Shayna. And oh goodness, a backbreaker takes down Tegan Nox, at least momentarily. Oh, and Seguri takes down Shotzi. Look at Tegan talking some trash to Liv Morgan as well. Both women inside the ring. Something's got to give here. Big arm drag. Take down there of Tegan. Back and forth we go. And now just got to toss her by her hair too. Not going to be feeling the best, I can guarantee you that. Now in the ring we got ourselves Raquel and Tegan going at it. Oh, we've seen this before. Big old power slam there to Tegan Nox. These women, I feel like for all these women in this matchup, they're trying to do more than they necessarily need to in moments because they believe that their opponent's going to be able to kick out from their maneuvers. So they're deciding, oh, hey, I need to do some more here to make sure that I am helping out my tag team partner. Which is understandable, as Tegan Nox runs right past Liv Morgan, and now Tegan going to try to make her pay here. Uh-oh, right on that right knee. Oh my goodness. Both those knees are not going to be feeling too good. Let's see if Tegan Nox can get the win here, and they do. Raquel not coming in the ring, probably believing that Tegan, or I should say that Liv Morgan was going to be able to kick out, but just too much damage done in this matchup, and Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart are going to WrestleMania. And Tegan Nox has a great possibility of walking out of that match as a two-time Miss Money in the Bank. So there are multiple sliced breads in that matchup. Multiple wins for Tegan is a probable outcome, but massive win for Tegan and Shotzi, and we'll see them at WrestleMania now. As we just saw a big-time women's tag team matchup where Tegan and Shotzi, ladies and gentlemen, will be going on to take on Becky Lynch and either Eve Torres or Mia Yim in that Money in the Bank matchup. It's going to be 6 tough choices to be in that matchup. I mean, so far, you definitely got to give the upper hand in this matchup in the terms of credibility and their careers. Definitely going to be Becky Lynch. I think Becky for sure going to be a front runner to win that. We don't know who the other 2 spots will be. We're about to know the 4th spot, but very curious to see what the other 2 spots within these next couple weeks will land into. As there is Michin Mia Yim, ladies and gentlemen, looking to defeat a big name woman superstar, that being Eve Torres. Eve Torres was in that Elimination Chamber, did come up a bit short, but tonight will get herself an opportunity to qualify for the Money in the Bank matchup. See if Eve Torres can do it, see if she can twerk her way to victory here tonight. But all jokes aside, very talented Eve Torres certainly helped strive for a lot of these women that we're seeing today. A lot of these superstars, women superstars, have looked up to the style of Eve Torres and what she brought to WWE in that era of the Divas division. Certainly helps with that mixed martial arts background, with her being married into a mixed martial arts family. So we'll see how Eve Torres tonight fares off with Mia Yim of the OC. Who is going to WrestleMania and who will be still looking to get into Mania? Here we go, matchup just getting started. Here we go. It's a big arm drag takedown. And now Torres. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. That MMA background. We're seeing an arm bar trying to make Mia Yim tap out here early. The earlier the better, I would believe. And oh no, ooh no, that left knee, absolute brutal. Especially with Eve Torres being very flexible with a lot of her maneuvers. Seeing something like that is, oh goodness, nice maneuver there from Eve Torres. Back and forth we go. But just talking about the flexibility that we've seen from Eve Torres, you know, certainly if you're able to kind of limit her ability to use some of those maneuvers. I think Mia Yim may be in for a big win tonight. But once you let her start doing what she's doing right now, it might be a long night for you, one way or another. Mia Yim just struggling, getting up to her feet right now. Eve Torres taking it to Mia Yim, but now Mia Yim going to continue to fight. Two fan favorites. Respect is definitely there, but it does get thrown out the window once this matchup starts. Obviously, the matchup has already started, but you guys do know what I mean. But, ladies and gentlemen, after tonight's matchup, we'll have to wait and see what the next qualifying matches are. But we'll start to see the build-up to WrestleMania. A lot of major matches on the road to WrestleMania and even at WrestleMania. We know for both pre-shows at WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing 2 gauntlet matches, one for each night. One will see the Raw Tag Team Championship Gauntlet, where we'll be seeing the whole Raw Tag Team division going at it. The winner will go on to face D-Generation X later on in the night. Also, Smackdown will be doing the exact same thing, and on that same card as referee inadvertently getting drop-kicked there by Mia Yim, the winner of the women's tag team, or the winner of the Smackdown Tag Team matchup will go on, or the Gauntlet matchup, I should say, will go on to face Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn the same night for those SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So a lot of big stuff coming our way, and I love that JBL and Shawn Michaels are doing it, giving the whole tag team division an opportunity to step up to the plate. Those teams that we haven't necessarily seen get an opportunity will get an opportunity. And, maybe they could surprise some people. As, look at Eve Torres throwing it back into the moonsault there to Mia Yim. Now this is where Eve Torres has to figure out what she wants to do. Eve Torres going high risk here. What is she thinking? Eve Torres with the moonsault, but no, Mia Yim able to move out the way and capitalize with a back suplex. And this could be Michin's moment here. Will this be Mia Yim's moment here? But no, it will not be, at least at this moment, as Eve Torres, a little bit of mind games there, kissing her goodbye as down she went at ringside. And look at Eve Torres. She's allowing Mia Yim to get herself back in this ring. Eve Torres, with ultimate respect to this whole women's division, is another massive maneuver there to Mia Yim. Is this it? 2, 3. Eve Torres is heading to WrestleMania after just defeating Mia Yim. So it is Eve Torres, Tegan Knox, Shotzi Blackheart, and the man Becky Lynch so far going to WrestleMania. We'll figure out the next 2 to join them next week here on SmackDown. We'll see who the opportunities will be going to be. Certainly matches that will certainly may have some ramifications for WrestleMania. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Ricochet will be coming out here with the monster among the monsters, Braun Strowman, to bring Ricochet some much-needed backup, because we all know that Final Testament will be having backup, will be having Karrion Kross's back here tonight. Ever since Karrion Kross has brought back AOP, we have not seen them in action, but we for sure will see them in the Gauntlet matchup, and I think Karrion Kross is trying to make sure that AOP is used at the right time. He doesn't want to have them being used when it doesn't make sense, which in every case makes sense. He doesn't want his boys being used in an opportunity or in a random matchup that Karrion Kross doesn't seem fit. Obviously, Paul Ellering there, also Scarlett. So definitely a lot of thinking goes into it, and you just don't want your tag team just randomly being out there. That's what it seems like, honestly, which I don't blame him. But eventually, when Karrion Kross unleashes AOP on the SmackDown roster, it is going to be absolute craziness, I can tell you that. And also, for all the superstars, and I mention it every single week now, that, and even every single episode at times, that these superstars are going to be trying to be jockeying for position to getting themselves drafted to either Raw, NXT, or SmackDown. So these superstars we're seeing on SmackDown may not be being returned to SmackDown. We could see these superstars going to NXT or Raw, or if they don't even get signed, they will be, being able to sign wherever they please. So we'll see how that goes. But Akam and Razar, ladies and gentlemen, making their way down to the ring here. Big opportunity for AOP to really just feel out the situation. And certainly a lot of times it takes two people to take out Braun Strowman. So Akam and Razar essentially clearing out a numbers game possibly. Because we know Braun Strowman needs the size of two superstars put together. But tonight, this is a massive, massive matchup. All to qualify, ladies and gentlemen. Karrion Kross versus Ricochet. They will be joining a star-studded crowd there at WrestleMania's Money in the Bank. You right now have Cody Rhodes, The Miz, Carmelo Hayes, and even... hold on one just second here. Referee rings the bell. But yes, so far in the men's Money in the Bank matchup, certainly a tough card. You just added Cody Rhodes. Then you got Carmelo Hayes. You got The Miz. And certainly you cannot forget about the almighty Bobby Lashley. There's a nice Hurricane Rana takedown there of Kross. If Ricochet can get in this matchup, honestly, I believe it'd be a game changer for Ricochet because he can use that ladder to his advantage. He can climb all the way to the top, but he may pull out a 630. He might even pull out an 800. I don't even know if that's capable of actually doing that, but at that height, I believe it could very well happen as a spine buster there from Ricochet. And with it being WrestleMania weekend coming up in just 3 weeks' time, I can tell you it is going to be absolute craziness, especially from what Triple H said. We have two different hosts for each night. For WrestleMania Night 1, we will have the Animal Batista. And also, as Karrion Kross gets clotheslined to the outside, Night 2, we will see the People's Champion, The Rock, for the host of WrestleMania. So... a little bit of everything. We'll see how Batista and The Rock will be hosting that big WrestleMania event. Both of them have that movie star power. Obviously, you had Batista in so many movies. Same with The Rock. Rock has obviously different organizations, commercials, and obviously the XFL and I believe it's the CFL or whatever it is that recently just had a merger to have them come out with some spring football. So Rock certainly has a lot on his plate, but for him to at least have one night at WrestleMania be his to host, that is absolutely massive since we are going to be in Hollywood, California. And now Ricochet with a springboard moonsault takes down Karrion Kross. That is why you got to be careful when you face a man like Ricochet, because you start taunting and you kind of are off base. Situations like that are going to occur. As I believe that is Akam getting involved here, ladies and gentlemen, helping out their leader of the Final Testament. And no, right on top of the rope. It's not the best feeling in the world, as now Kross going to focus on the quad, which he certainly should be, working on the quads, working on the ankles, because Ricochet, that is, a lot of what his repertoire is. It's going to be doing those type of maneuvers. Big time elbow from Ricochet. And there's nothing wrong about that, but it's just what Ricochet is known for flying around the ring and going high risk. As Kross and Ricochet continue to go back and forth, but I don't think Ricochet is going to go back and forth anymore, as here we go, big F10 there to Ricochet. Pinfall opportunity for the one and only. Is this it? Oh, grabbing the rope at the last second. Ricochet pulling out a great opportunity to keep himself in this matchup, but will he continue to be in this matchup as Ricochet with a big counter with that forearm strike? Roll through. Pele kick. Down goes Kross. But again, another member of the Final Testament getting involved, and now Kross. What is Karrion Kross thinking? Oh, an ankle lock. We haven't really seen Karrion Kross pull out the ankle lock, but he's pulling it out right now on Ricochet. I don't know how much damage has been done to the ankle, but this certainly will help out with doing some kind of damage and keeping Ricochet down as much as he can. As a big jump kick to the face. Ricochet, can he steal it here? No, strong kick out from Kross. And Cross going to do the right thing, roll out of the ring. Ricochet building up some momentum, try to slow him down as much as possible. Let's see how much damage was done to Ricochet. He's a little bit slow there, but he's still able to land on it perfectly fine and take out Cross. What a back and forth matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is all to qualify for the Money in the Bank matchup, trying to get themselves a World Championship opportunity as Cross finally gets the knees up there. Ricochet was going to the well one too many times. Both men face to face briefly before they are starting to go back inside the ring. Cross now going to try to finish off Ricochet. Let's see what these guys can work out. Both of them running into each other. And now again, Cross, ankle lock. Ankle lock applied, but Ricochet able to touch the bottom rope to initiate that process. And I think for Karrion, you got to stop going for that ankle lock necessarily. You got to start hitting those power maneuvers. You've already hit that F10, maybe hit that Doomsday Saisito, and it could be game over. But I think for Cross, he's testing out different maneuvers. But certainly in these matches, I wouldn't be using ankle locks necessarily, even though it does slow down Ricochet. So I guess I'm just the announcer. These guys are the professional wrestlers going at it every single night. So what do I know on when it comes to their process of trying to keep down their opponent? It does make sense, like I mentioned, to use the ankle lock to keep down Ricochet, but use what brought you to the top of WWE and use the Saisito suplexes, use the F10 to your advantage, and that's what Cross is gonna do. Doomsday Saisito suplex to Ricochet. And will the former undisputed champion Karrion Kross get himself a match at WrestleMania? Yes, he will. Karrion Kross. It took a little bit. He took a hell of a fight from Ricochet, but tonight was Karrion Kross's night. That F10, absolute massive maneuver. Ricochet would go on to grab the bottom rope. Continued on a hell of a fight. The Doomsday Saisito suplex from Karrion Kross, and just like that, Kross has now joined a star-studded field, and now the rivalry that we've seen from Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross, seems like those two will never get a stoppage between those two, because Kross and Lashley are in that Money in the Bank matchup. And now we will see who will join them. Will it be Randy or will it be Dominic Mysterio? And now, ladies and gentlemen, who will be joining the star-studded field and be the last member to be a part of this matchup? Will we see the Judgment Day being able to qualify for this matchup? Will Dominic Mysterio be able to knock off Randy Orton, the Viper, the Legend Killer, the man that will be a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he does ever retire? And I don't see that for a very long time, but certainly this is a breakout moment for Dominic Mysterio. We've seen all the fun that Edge has had to go through to deal with the likes of Christian, and Edge has been more of a singles wrestler. Edge and Randy Orton come back in together as a tag team, but ever since Christian has been joining SmackDown, Edge has been taking away his focus as a tag team wrestler, and he's been focusing on Christian, and now those two have a career versus career TLC matchup at WrestleMania, and that kind of leaves Randy Orton out of possibilities on what he wants to do. So Randy went to general managers of SmackDown, JBL. He said, hey, is there any way that I can get myself a Money in the Bank matchup, a qualifying matchup, so I can earn myself a match to get in to WrestleMania? And JBL says, hell yeah, I can work with you. And he made this matchup right here between Dominic Mysterio and Randy Orton. Certainly, Dominic Mysterio is going to have his hands full in this matchup. A man that is a former WWE champion and wants to get himself more championship gold around his waist. It seems like this, that tag team partnership that Orton and Edge, it certainly seems like it could be the end of that tag team partnership with Edge, focusing on Christian right now, hasn't been focusing with Orton to maybe challenge eventually for those tag team championships. We'll see how everything fares though, but Orton will be trying to qualify for the Money in the Bank matchup and join that star-studded matchup with the likes of, obviously, like I said, Karrion Kross is going to be in that matchup, Cody Rhodes, and even, like we even said, The Miz, Carmelo Hayes, and Bobby Lashley. It's definitely, I would say, a main event feel to that Money in the Bank matchup. And with how Randy Orton can strike at any time with those RKOs out of nowhere, he would be even more dangerous with a Money in the Bank briefcase. Him running around with the briefcase, slapping people with that briefcase, hitting an RKO out of nowhere. You know, this could be Orton's moment. Like I said, he wants to hold that gold around his waist. Everyone will be free agents after WrestleMania, and he very well could have the most intriguing part in that if he were to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. But I think Orton certainly is going to be a big pickup no matter what brand he goes to. Raw, SmackDown. I don't know if Pierce would sign Orton to NXT. It's a whole different situation possibly to get an Orton to NXT, but we'll see how this matchup goes though between Orton and Mysterio. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. And certainly, obviously, Orton has dealt with his dad long time ago coming into this business, so certainly Orton is no stranger to the Mysterio family. Obviously, Orton has a lot of respect for Rey Mysterio, but not probably much for Dominic. As now Dominic tossed right on top of that top rope there. And we'll see if Rhea Ripley gets involved. She'll be challenging Jade Cargill for that women's championship at WrestleMania. We know it was announced earlier on tonight that we're going to be seeing Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill face to face next week here live on SmackDown. And I've been told that there is going to be no fighting between both of those women. If there is fighting, the match will be called off. So certainly going to be a battle of the words between both of those women, as now Randy Orton trying to tap out Dominic Mysterio here, get himself a opportunity at WrestleMania, but Orton is going to have to continue to stay on Mysterio, as Mysterio showing that high agility right now. Look, he's kind of toying with Orton, speeding up the process here. If Mysterio starts flying around this ring, it's going to be trouble for Randy. Unless Randy can hit an RKO out of nowhere, that certainly will help out his case as well. As Mysterio trying to drag Orton to the ropes, Orton not having any of it, and Orton going to connect with that Russian leg sweep. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the last matchup before your main event of the evening. It's going to be a champion versus champion matchup. Pete Dunne versus JD McDonough, the human-size Funko Pop. LA Knight called him earlier on tonight. JD McDonough certainly didn't like it. Rhea Ripley now getting involved here. Let's see if Mysterio can capitalize after Mommy is helping out here. Big arm drag takedown there. And could you imagine this upset here if Dominic's able to do this as what he head scissors? DDT there, absolutely impressive. Dominic holding his own here against Randy, but a strong kick out from Randy. Dominic is going to have to use those big-time maneuvers to try to take down Orton to win this matchup. And that big-time maneuver takes down Orton. Mysterio fired up here. Cedar Rapids may be in for a rude awakening if Dominic can defeat Randy Orton. Uh-oh. And now Dominic gonna use the Three Amigos, it looks like, to the late great Eddie Guerrero here. Can he connect on him? Yes, he does. And now, will that be enough to knock off Randy Orton here? 2. And oh, look, Dominic stopping the count there. Looked like he stopped the count, and Orton may have gotten his shoulder up, but certainly this right now, look at Dominic, those big old haymakers fighting back as much as he can here against Randy Orton. Uh-oh. Seemed like Orton was trying to grab his opponent there, but Dominic a little bit faster in the exchange here. Oh, kidney punches galore there from Dominic. Be very careful. Oh, my goodness. And Dominic, absolutely just terrific in the middle of this ring, ladies and gentlemen. And now, uh-oh. Oh, he misses the frog splash. He missed it. And now Dominic he missed it. He's going to have to try to, I don't know, maybe rush and try to figure out something else because he wasn't able to connect to it. Dominic could, come back in this moment and say, oh, hey, if I would have hit that, it would have been game over. And now Dominic with the frog splash that time. And Orton is down and out, but now Dominic again. Gonna go high risk one more time. Why not? And another frog splash. This man going absolute psycho on Randy Orton here. And Dominic might be getting himself a match of a lifetime at WrestleMania. Dominic going high risk once again. Dominic Mysterio with another variation of it. How many times can Mysterio hit that frog splash and not go for the pinfall? So it's like Mysterio is sending Orton a message here, ladies and gentlemen. Something has to give, and Mysterio is sending a message to Randy Orton. We know Orton for weeks was helping out the likes of John Cena and company to, put away the Judgment Day. And Orton, and a big clothesline from Randy. And this is the moment that Randy needs, I believe. Wait a minute, Dominic, look at the Steely here. 2, no. Thankfully, Randy Orton was able to block it, but now here comes Randy Orton, the Apex Predator. Here he comes, vintage Randy Orton. This ain't good if Randy hits this. Randy Orton, RKO. Is that enough? Will it be enough? No, a strong kick out from Dominic. What a match. And Randy going to that sadistic place. Randy Orton, the Viper, looking to spike him. Down goes Dominic, and Dominic is busted open. How much more does this kid have left in him? Not too much, and oh no. If Orton hits this, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Game over. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be it? Certainly. No, he kicked out. How in the hell did he just do it? Man, Mysterio putting on a fight of a lifetime, and it's got to be definitely due to the help of Rhea Ripley. Mommy with the support out here. And look at Orton just talking some major trash here to Dominic Mysterio. Dominic trying to get up to his feet, kind of play possum, but that's what Orton thrives on. It's just that unawareness of certain superstars, trying to use that against them. And Orton just stomping away on the hands. Why not? Now, Mysterio with a pivotal drop kick there, taking down Randy Orton, and what a forearm strike there to Randy as well. Right now, Dominic just focusing on taking it to Randy Orton. A major stomp there. And now, Dominic looking to fly. High risk, high reward situation. But he's allowing Randy Orton to get up to his feet. Got to be careful. He could be caught by Randy. That flying cross body there. And is he calling for a possible 619, ladies and gentlemen? But no, Orton a little bit faster in that exchange there. Back and forth we go. Both men trying to figure out what they're going to be doing for WrestleMania. So we go back and forth there. And Orton rolling out of the ring. And over the top cross body on an already broken Randy Orton outside there. And now, oh no, is he really gonna do the Three Amigos outside here on this hard padding? And now, big time Three Amigos from Dominic Mysterio, and this man may have just got himself a count-out victory, ladies and gentlemen, over one of the best to ever do it. Wait a minute. Dominic, what in the hell are you doing? No! The frog splash to Randy Orton. And I think, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I think Dominic Mysterio is going to get himself a match at WrestleMania. Dominic absolutely loving this right now. just taking this in, but now just finally realizing Randy Orton back in the ring, somehow still fighting. I don't know how the hell he's doing it, but back and forth we go between both of these superstars. A career-defining moment could be just moments away, possibly. Mysterio could defeat Randy Orton. Mysterio with another frog splash. Those ribs definitely got to be killer for both men. Let's see, talking some trash to these ringside people here, right here at ringside. Orton, oh no, this ain't going to be good. Vintage Randy Orton with that spike of the DDT there on the head of Rey Mysterio. Or I should say Dominic Mysterio, pardon me. Back and forth we go. This feels like that main event type of feel to this matchup. As both men getting back inside this matchup. Orton going psychopath there. Dominic just trying to take it to Randy Orton, stunning him. Both men absolutely got to be fatigued at this moment. Orton with his own strikes, and now here comes Randy. Oh no, not again. Not again. Randy Orton. Can he hit it for another successful time with this brutal DDT? Yes, he does. He is able to somehow connect once again. Dominic is barely moving, ladies and gentlemen. This has to be it. If I'm Randy, I think it's one more RKO, and this could be it. But we're about to find out. Could this be it? No, Dominic keeps himself in it, and look at Orton. He is pissed off, but he's going to try and get the Cedar Rapids crowd behind him. Mysterio trying to stir up to his feet here. Into a nice drop kick, standing drop kick, taking it to Dominic Mysterio. Oh, going for that RKO. Orton missed out on it. Let's see if he can go for what he was actually trying to do. Orton now. Oh, missing that strike again. Oh, but both men running into each other. Back and forth we go between both men. Orton from behind. Orton now. Seemed like he was going to try to finish off Mysterio. Man, this is anyone's ball game, man. Been a terrific matchup before, just mere moments away from getting to our main event of the evening. Champion versus champion as Orton connects halfway across the ring. Will this be enough to put away Dominic Mysterio? No. And another strong kick out from Dominic. What else does Orton have to do to put away Dominic Mysterio? Dominic feels like he's on his last legs. He tried stealing a victory early on in the matchup, but Orton was able to keep himself in that matchup. It's been 50-50 ever since then, and it's type of matchup right now that we're at. Oh goodness, this is almost that ninth inning. Bases loaded, 3-2 count. Something in this matchup has to happen to put away this match. Who will get that last spot at WrestleMania's Money in the Bank matchup? Will it be the Dirty Dom of Judgment Day, or will it be Randy Orton? Referee's continuing her count here. Both men need to get themselves back inside the ring. Orton just continuing to inflict some damage on Dominic, and I certainly don't blame him. So that he can just easily put away Dominic when he gets back inside this ring. Dominic trying to stir up to his feet here. Can only imagine what is next for this young man. Uh-oh. In the corner we go. What is Orton thinking here? He has him on the top rope. Oh no. This ain't good. We've seen Orton win plenty of matches this way. He is looking for that avalanche. RKO. Can he connect? RKO. One of the most devastating RKOs in the history of RKOs being shown here on Smackdown. Is that enough? 2, 3. Randy Orton is getting himself a match at WrestleMania. What a match. Both these guys putting on a clinic. Dominic Mysterio so close to knocking off Randy Orton here tonight. Seemed like he maybe was hoping for a count-out victory there early on in the matchup as well. But look at this avalanche RKO. Mysterio went through hell tonight. And the man that certainly you can't think of WrestleMania without Randy Orton. will be at WrestleMania. He fills out the last spot in the men's Smackdown Money in the Bank. Congratulations to Randy Orton, and we cannot wait to see him at WrestleMania as we continue to build up to our main event tonight. JD McDonough, Pete Dunne, champion versus champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time here. It is champion versus champion. JD McDonough, European champion, being accompanied down to the ring with Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It is going to be a big night for Judgment Day at WrestleMania. Not only is McDonough in a winner-takes-all champion matchup between himself, Pete Dunne, the Intercontinental Champion, and the megastar LA Knight at WrestleMania, but also Finn Balor. He will be in action against Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. Finn Balor and company will look to take down Stone Cold Steve Austin, the man that has tried to disrupt the Judgment Day and tried to disband the Judgment Day. There at the Royal Rumble, Finn Balor defeated Cody Rhodes to keep the group going, but certainly Steve Austin is the head of this whole thing, trying to end the Judgment Day. We'll see if at WrestleMania how that's going to be fair. There's no stipulation in terms of ending the Judgment Day, but certainly anything could change. But Finn and company are going to look to decimate Stone Cold Steve Austin. They took a month off whatever is left in his career. So we're going to see how it goes in a couple weeks' time at WrestleMania. But now we have a champion or non-title championship matchup here. Non-title matchup to be exact, as Butch will be out here for Fight Night, aka Butch, but his name is Pete Dunne, your Intercontinental Champion. He kicked us off as there is Sheamus. Sheamus, the leader of the Brawling Brutes. There is your Intercontinental Champion, Pete Dunne. You got Ridge Holland. Certainly a group of guys you do not want to be in a bar on the opposite side of the bar and they start talking trash. You'd be like, okay, you know what, take these beers and you should be fine. You do not want to get in a bar fight with these three lads. And Pete Dunne showed you guys how damn good he can be. He's defeated LA Knight recently on Smackdown. He walked out of the chamber, your Intercontinental Champion, and we'll see if Butch can, I keep saying Butch, pardon me, Butch is a nickname, but for Pete Dunne, I think for him to walk out with his Intercontinental Championship and the European Championship there at WrestleMania, that will only start to get his career going up. I thought it was a little convenient, though, ladies and gentlemen, as we do wait for the bell to ring here. Match has officially started. Thought it was convenient that LA Knight brought up that he believes Pete Dunne was more of a goon for Sheamus than actually, being a 1-2 combination with himself and the Brawling Brutes. As big times standing reverse moonsault there, and now McDonough looking to bring the fight. Now look at this moonsault, McDonough bringing all sorts of maneuvers out of his repertoire tonight. It's the type of match you want to be very careful of when you're facing off with a man like JD McDonough. Can definitely surprise you. Obviously, both these men know each other from their NXT UK days, so certainly expect a lot of back and forth between both of these superstars. It's McDonough here just living this up right now. He has the number of Pete Dunne at this very moment, as it looks like Sheamus is getting involved here, saying, hey, you talking that trash, man? How about you back it up right now and face me right now? And now McDonough looking to go, I think he's going to try to go high risk there for a quick second, but Pete Dunne was able to get himself back inside this ring. Oh, goodness, that right behind the left knee there, as both men continue to exchange strikes back and forth here. Look at Pete Dunne with that big haymaker of his own there. This is a non-title matchup, but it will be a little taste of what's coming your way live, ladies and gentlemen, live there at WrestleMania. A winner-take-all matchup between three superstars, JD McDonough, Pete Dunne, and LA Knight. We kicked off the night between, Pete Dunne and LA Knight. They exchanged some words. They're trying to really decide what would be the best night to have their championship match there as McDonough out of nowhere with the headbutt. Irish Ace knocks off Pete Dunne. Absolutely surprising there. That headbutt out of nowhere. McDonough knocking off Pete Dunne, the new Intercontinental Champion. Absolute craziness to end SmackDown here tonight. McDonough, he had an agenda. He came out here. He got himself inserted into a feud between Pete Dunne and LA Knight. And now we're going to see at WrestleMania McDonough, the European champion, taking on Pete Dunne and LA Knight. Can McDonough walk out double champion in the winner-take-all match at WrestleMania? We'll have to wait and see. But thank you guys so much for tuning in.